8 of the worst bug-infested houses ever. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Super Top 10s. All pest infestations are bad. If you have pests, you should get rid of them as quickly and thoroughly as possible. Period. Just because all pest infestations are bad, however, does not mean all pest infestations are equally bad. There are some pests that are inconvenient, while there are others that are far, far worse. Maybe not pack your bags and move away worse, but with that in mind, here are 8 of the worst bug-infested houses ever. A monster mama spider guarding the energy meter. A Reddit user posted a photo in September 2015 of what appears to be a humongous spider lording over her hundreds of fresh head spawn on the emergency meter of a home in Australia. It's unclear what happened to the scary meter maid, but an online debate ensured over what kind of spider it was, with some saying wolf spider, others saying a huntsman. Whatever it is, we'd rather pay a premium on our energy bill than have it hanging around. Number 2. Rat attack. You know there's a problem when keeping food out of your apartment is actually a pest fighting strategy. That's what Kate Bentley and her parents are doing to combat the horrible rat problem in her apartment in the conservatory building in Winchester, England. Living with them is a nightmare, Bentley told ITV News in November. They are everywhere. Cupboards, hallways, they are jumping out at us and running at us. According to figures from the British Pest Control Association, Winchester City Council fought 656 rat infestations from April 2013 to 2014. I've never seen so many rats since wartime in bombed out buildings. Raymond Marsh, another local resident, told Winchester News Online, "Yep, it's a war and the rats seem to be winning." Number 3. Buzzy bees. There was a buzz about this and it wasn't a good one. According to VCSH6, hundreds of thousands of bees had infested the home of Josie Parra in Houston. She put up with it for 2 years, but she eventually had to kick the bees out by tearing down her walls in 2010. One bright side, Parra harvested over 200 pounds of honey from those walls, which we imagine must have looked like a huge honeycomb. Number 4. The worst roach infestations of all time. The story we are able to tell is a legend in the pest control community, spoken of only in hushed whispers from the safety of a fumigation tent. Schenectady, New York, the year is 1979. NYPD officers respond to a routine noise complaint. A dog was barking loudly inside an apartment. When the officers arrived at the scene, the reason for the dog's barking was immediately apparent. An ankle-deep swarm of cockroaches had overwhelmed the small apartment. Cockroaches were covering the trees outside and the street was scarcely visible. When the police attempted to leave their vehicle, they were swiftly overtaken and covered with the creepy crawlies as well. Exterminator Harry Lineadel was quoted as saying, "The number is definitely in the millions." Millions of cockroaches! The 64-year-old resident was hospitalized for cockroach bites covering her body. Several of her many dogs, cats and mice living in the residence were not so lucky. When James Provost, the manager of the shelter where the poor animals were taken, arrived at the apartment, he said that cockroaches stretched from floor to ceiling. It was a nightmare. Number 5. The bedbug emergency. We've handled some pretty gross bedbug infestations, but this 2016 outbreak in Augusta, Maine was so severe it prompted the city officials to propose an emergency ordinance. The mattresses of the apartment building were so infected that the entire building had to be sprayed down with chemicals. One tenant was bitten so many times he was covered in scabs and had to be sent to the hospital for treatment. The complex shared common rooms and bathrooms, which allowed the bedbugs to spread from apartment to apartment. The city code enforcement officer called in to investigate said that there were bedbugs in the walls, the floors, the bathrooms, and every room they went into. Photographs taken inside showed dozens of bedbugs exoskeletons shed and left behind the creatures as they grew. Eventually, a city task force had to partner with professionals, Avengers style, to solve the apartment building's problem. In the wake of this bedbug Armageddon, the city's proposed emergency ordinances assign greater pest prevention responsibility to the building's landlord. The landlord would be required to come up with a decontamination plan and would be responsible should tenants lose any of their belongings to an infestation. A bedbug problem so bad that the man has to step in sounds like it would really bite. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.